And we are live. Happy 2026 to my mavens. And I am so excited to kick off a new year once again with the incredible book critic, filmmaker, actor, and author Leslie Zemeckis, who is back to give us her most anticipated book picks. Leslie, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to a year filled with amazing reads, amazing stories to uncover.
Oh my gosh. Yes, exactly. And the reason I wanted to kick off with you, Leslie, is because you have such an incredible eye for books. As a best selling author yourself, as an award winning documentary filmmaker, and as the book critic for the revered Montecito Journal, one of the last in print and online book review columns in the world. Thanks for all the hearts on Facebook, you guys. Your eye is really second to none. And I love your eye for books. I love how you think about writing, how you evaluate craft. And I am so excited to hear what your book picks are today. And I see so many people are logging on. Renee is joining us from Southeast Florida on Facebook. Hi, Renee.
Awesome.
Happy New Year. Readers Gotta Read joining us on from YouTube saying hi and Happy New Year. Hi, Readers Gotta Read. So good to have you back. Robin is joining us from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Happy New Year. Oh, Robin, welcome back. So good to see everyone logging on. And we are broadcasting to 3 private Facebook groups as well. So if you're in one of those, the other members of that group can see you, but the rest of us cannot. Very mysterious, very on brand. So Leslie, tell us about, I know you've been reading over the holiday break, you have been evaluating. Tell us about some of the books that are popping to you.
I really try and do a mix of not just what I would like, but what my readers would like. Everybody, there's a book for everybody. There really is.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I mean, it's in every genre, it will find its place. So writers out there, just keep writing because your book will find an audience. Don't believe in trends. Um, so I'm
I
gonna,
love that, Leslie, because I
yeah.
think there's so much, um, I don't want to say bias in the industry about who is literary, what is a good book, who has a good eye. And I just love that yes, exactly. There is a book for everyone that's really resonating.
And
Um,
it shouldn't be, a snobbish or I don't read this or I don't read that. Who cares? As long as you're reading and you're sucked into a story and you're transported, it can be any genre and just enjoy it. So, God bless to all those authors out there who are just writing because of what they want to write.
And what you're saying is resonating because I'm seeing these bouquets of hearts just flying up on Facebook. Yes, everybody, exactly, exactly. Ah, so Leslie, as a reader, as a Hollywood actor, as a best-selling author yourself, as a TEDx speaker with over 25,000 views about how you bring light to women who have been stigmatized, otherized, who have not had their rightful place in the spotlight. Tell us what catches your eye.
Well, it story. And the thing I mentor young writers, and one thing I tell them is no matter what genre you're writing, look at thrillers. Look at what they do.
Ooh.
Um, they hook you. You've got a story that's got to move. You got to turn those pages. You have to not know what's going to happen. And I think that can be used across all genres, and so I'm looking for those things, that first page, that first sentence, that first chapter. Is it going to grab me, and am I going to be in a world that I don't know what's going to happen?
I love that. That first hook, that first sentence, that first page. Yes. Is this a story that you just want to dive into? Oh my
Yes, it's
God.
like,
Yes.
am I going to invest my time in this? Yes. And because I'm just sucked in. It's like, who are these people? What's going to happen? Blah, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah. So
Ex-
that's the first thing I look for. I mean, I get a stack of books. I look through to see the authors that I'm familiar with that, as Wally Lamb, I would read his grocery list. So there's certain people that will, rise to the top of the pile. But it's also, honestly, cover.
Mm.
Is it a catching title? A lot of things that sometimes authors can't do anything about, but those are just the first frivolous things. The first thing that's caught my eye,
Actually,
which
Leslie,
I'm,
so we have a question already about what you
oh,
just said. Renee wants to know. So we're talking about the importance of that first line, that first page. She said, "Don't you feel that the ending is important too?" Yeah, talk about the ending. That feels.
absolutely, because I've invested this time. And what I want to see is I want you to hook me from the beginning. So you're going to get me to the ending. I want the ending to have a payoff, to not be necessarily predictable. I have, and I've talked about this before, especially domestic thrillers. The husband, the boyfriend is always an asshole. Okay, I'm not married to an asshole. I didn't date assholes. So a lot of times it's predictable. I want my ending to pay off. I don't want to be the predictable asshole.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, so the ending is really important because you've invested all this time with these people and you want to come away with a little bit of enlightenment. And it doesn't have to be a deep story, it doesn't have to be a big message, but you just want to go, wow, was that a ride that I didn't expect?
I love that. Renee, thank you for the great question. And Leslie, thank you for the great answer. So important, both balancing, because yeah, if you're not hooked right away, you don't want to invest your time. But if you get to the end and it doesn't pay off, as you said, you're like, why did I waste my time here? So
Right,
important. Oh my
right.
goodness. Well, I am so excited to hear what your top book picks are, Madam Book Critic for the Montecito
Well,
Journal.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll have many more this year, but I'm going to start with an author I really like, and it's interesting. So she started out in television, which
Ooh,
is why I think her stories are so visually engaging.
ooh,
She wrote The Sundown Motel, which was haunting. Her influences
yes.
are Stephen King, and how you could not be influenced by him, whether you write like him or not. He's just a master. She writes
Yes.
modern ghost stories. Now, her new book, A Box Full of Darkness, it's about siblings who return to the house that they fled 18 years earlier. I'm in. That one sentence, it's like, oh, okay, something's going to happen. The house is going to be a character. There's going to be something between the siblings. And she's a really, really solid writer. So I'm excited for her this one come out.
Ooh. And I agree. I interviewed her for her last book, and she was such a fascinating interviewer because the way that she um talked about craft and thought about pacing was so interesting. And I was like, this is a person who really gets it. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see that your first pick is Simone St. James. So, for those who would like to pre order, I'm going to drop a link in the comments so that you can pre order from our favorite woman owned independent bookstore. That is, of course, Murder by the Book, because pre-orders matter and a lot of people may
Yes.
not know that.
They
So
matter a lot. And then you're going to get that book right away and you can dive in.
yay. Oh my goodness. Yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. What is you next on your list,
So,
Miss?
always looking for that voice that I haven't read yet. There's a book called Life Fast by
Ooh,
Brigitte Girard. Hopefully, I'm saying this correct, French author. This one is about a woman's quest to comprehend an accident that killed her partner. I believe it is based on a true story, on the author's story, even though it's titled as an autobiographical biographical novel.
whoa.
She said she based each chapter on a what if question, and she's well published in France. This is her debut English one, so I'm really looking forward to finding that, a new voice.
Oh
So
my gosh.
and I love the premise, even though it sounds heartbreaking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
I love new voices. And in a contrast to Simone, who we both have
Yes.
loved, her past work, it's also fun to discover someone new. Oh, let's pause here. Renee wants to know, Leslie, have you read all of these books that you are recommending? This is
I
your
have
most.
not. I have not, honestly, because they come out. None of these have come out yet. Some are packed. Oh wait, I have read one that's coming up. They're coming out soon or through spring, I think so. I don't think I have any of the fall ones. I
So
haven't
we're,
read them,
yeah.
but I've looked at, I tend not to read blurbs or backs of books because I want to really be surprised. But I have a really good feeling about everybody that I'm recommending today.
And I love thinking about
Mm.
the reason we wanted to do this, Renee, today is because it is so fun to look ahead and survey the land and say, "Ooh, okay, what is catching your eye and why? What is a book that you are?" Today we're talking about books that you are so excited to read, and then later we will report back with Leslie's. She then reads all the ones that she reviews for her revered book critic, a book review column in the amazing Montecito Journal. So that is what we're doing today. Thank you so much for that clarifying question, though. Yes, exactly. No, you're and Renee is saying thank you so much for the recommendations.
Absolutely.
Yay.
So my next one's a favorite, Wendy Walker. Her Don't Look for Me was one of my favorite all-time thrillers. So clever. She's got a new one coming out, Blade. And I've been enjoying her posts on Instagram. She's ice skating, so obviously it's about that kind of Blade. It's set in Colorado with a former Olympic star in the making, so I'm assuming she did not make it. There's a brutal crime of her former coach, and a young skater is accused. So, original idea, love this hands down. And Wendy's great. So, I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh my gosh, I'm reading it now, and for all my mavens, we are going to do the pre-launch Q&A actually on Pub Day. No, I'm sorry, the week before Pub Day on January 26th, where Wendy will come on and give us the inside scoop about Blade. And I am so excited about this book because I have interviewed Wendy for the past 3 books. I had no idea that this woman trained as an Olympic ice skater, an Olympic hopeful, when she was 13 years old. Now let's all think about what it was like to be 13. I mean, you're so tender, you're so vulnerable, you're so young. And she was one of those Olympic hopeful kids who left home and went to live with her coach in this remote Colorado area, which sounds honestly like the beginning of a horror novel.
Yes.
And now is the beginning of her thriller novel. And I cannot wait to hear what is real and what isn't, because I can't imagine doing that.
I love that you said that because I'm always when I'm talking to writers, I tell them if they would consider themselves an athlete and think of their career, that everything that an athlete has to do. I always use Formula One. You have your end goal, but everything, your entire life, your entire day, what you eat, when you sleep, it's all geared towards getting that goal. It's to writing that book. And sometimes writers are like, well, when I feel like writing, or it's like the discipline of an athlete, which I get is what must be what makes Wendy such a good author, is that discipline. You get up and you do it and you train and you're learning and you're moving forward and it's goal oriented. If authors just thought of themselves as athletes, they would go further, is my POV.
Oh my God. Now, Leslie, I want to be one of your mentees. That is amazing advice. And I've actually never thought of that. And I love it. And now I'm thinking, that's absolutely, because Wendy is a very productive writer. And now I'm
Mhm.
wondering if that athletic focus, if that competitive, that sharp blade of hers is holding her to it. I can't wait to ask her that question. What a really thoughtful approach to writing. Thank you. Renee saying, wow. Yeah, absolutely love that. John, welcome to the conversation, joining us from Northeast Ohio. So good to have you here. Yeah, I'm so fascinated. I mean, I am not an athlete, Leslie, but with the Winter Olympics coming up in February, this I think is such a perfectly timed book to get the inside scoop on what it's like to be a little kid who's training to be one of those young kids that we stay out on the ice. And women's ice skating is really the only thing I like to watch.
Oh,
So
it's beautiful.
yeah, women's ice skating for the winter and women's gymnastics for the summer. Those are the only two things I watch. Oh my gosh, this is okay, perfect. This is you've given me two new authors and one I've never heard of, and now someone who I love. So this is great. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what she what she brings.
Yeah.
Ooh, question from Renee. Leslie and Sarah, are you that disciplined? Leslie, you go first.
Um, pretty much, pretty
Wow.
much. Only because I have that mindset and I teach that. And coming from an acting background, um, doing live performances, your performance at the end of the day, your entire day is built upon what you have to do to get to that. You have to eat at a certain time, you have to work out at a certain time, you have to warm up your voice at a certain time. So I try and think of my writing in the same fashion.
Oh
If
my
I
God.
want to get this book done, what are all the steps I have to do?
Leslie, I love that. I didn't know that about you. And I actually, of course, not being an actor, didn't know that you have to, it is literally when you eat is scheduled.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you
Wow.
can't eat and then go on the stage. It has to be timed so you're not stuffed and you're not, hungry.
What, I just was wondering what time is that? Like, is it an hour early? Because I'm
No,
always
I would do it like 2, 3 hours before. Like if you have an 8 o'clock show, I would eat something at 5.
okay. So Renee, I'm not that disciplined, and now I will be. When I'm under deadline, I am, but now I'm kind of feeling like a really big loser right now. So I am
You
sorry
are
that I
not.
lack or
I've
hop.
talked to you at 2 in the morning when you're writing, so you get your words in.
Oh my gosh, I am inspired by this. I love it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, Leslie, give us your next pick.
Okay, so Nora Murphy, she's got a new book out. Ours
Ooh,
is a tale of murder, about
ooh.
3 different families bound by murder. Said to have a lot of twists. Haven't read it yet. I'm excited to see what she's going to do with this one. I love twists. We all like twists. They're hard, hard, hard to do.
Twists are hard to do. So
Mm.
this author is new to me. Have you read her past work, Leslie?
I have, and
Okay.
she's good. So I'm excited to see this one.
I'm really excited. So first of all, thank you for introducing me to a brand new author. I'm completely unfamiliar with her work, and I'm really excited about this to get a new author on my radar. If you're watching with us live, tell us if Nora is new to you, and something I always wonder about is twists because you don't want to see it coming. We're on page one where you're like, okay, I know it's to your earlier point, the bad husband, the jerky boyfriend, but you also don't want to get to the end and be like, there was an estranged mother. Like I didn't hear about her at
Right,
all. And so
right.
balancing foreshadowing, but not being obvious, that is hard work.
Hard. I
Um,
love, and there's only been a few where you gasp in books. One from last year was Finding Grace,
ooh, I didn't read
with
that one.
Loretta Rothschild. End of first chapter, you will gasp.
Ooh, okay. Wait, at the end of the first chapter, I will guess.
Yeah,
Okay. You gasped.
yeah,
Oh my. Okay,
yeah,
so we're going for gasp worthy.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Okay.
mean, like gasp out loud, like, ah!
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, wait, Leslie, give me the name of the gasp book one more time.
Finding Grace.
Okay, Finding Grace. Okay, I did not. Is the one book that made you gasp last year, or the one you made that made you gasp the most?
It might be the most. I mean, there was a few other books that made me gasp, but that's the first one that comes to mind about talking about a twist didn't see coming.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Now I got to go back and read that. And in case anyone else is looking for it as well, I'm going to
Yeah.
put that one up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin's saying she loves to learn about new authors. Yeah, me too,
Good.
Robin. Thank you, Leslie. You're introducing me to so many. This is so
Yay.
cool.
Good.
I'm dropping the pre-order as well to Ours is a Tale of Murder, so we can all pre-order that as well. So here is that. Yay.
Okay,
Okay.
another one, a longtime favorite, Deborah Goodrich Royce. She's
Yay.
got a new one out, Best Boy. It's
Yes.
already getting really good buzz. Um, it's about it's a psychological suspense about a Hollywood actress with a past who doesn't like that, because they should all have that. Um, and when you look at the cover, it's got this beautiful mansion, and I just think, oh, that's going to be another character. Might not be, but she's very good at atmosphere and character work. So I'm really looking forward to her latest. She's a solid writer.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am so excited because I did not influence Leslie at all. We are both completely surprising each other here. But I am so excited to say that Deborah will be coming on Mavens to give us the inside
Hey.
scoop on Best Boy.
Oh,
So
good.
here's the link to pre-order Best Boy by Deborah Goodrich Royce. She came on for her last book. And what I loved about the last one, and I haven't read Best Boy yet, but what I loved about the last one was that it had a very 1940s noir.
Mhm.
And Leslie, I am such an old
Yep.
Hollywood golden age.
Same.
Cary Grant was my first crush. Like I love old noir, classic, Hollywood movies. So I really love how Deborah nailed that. And also she's a former actress. She was a Days of Our Lives, the evil sister.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh. So
That's
anything,
great.
and again, anything with Hollywood is just such a draw for me.
Yeah.
And especially for you as a Hollywood actress.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Very fun. Awesome.
Yay.
Okay, so this one's not a thriller per se, but like I said, it's the elements that people use in their writing. So Kim Michelle Richardson has a new novel out, The Mountain We Call Home, set in the
Ooh,
Kentucky mountains. It's regarding incarceration, the poor, the powerless. It has elements of a thriller with her suspense and twists. So
ooh,
that's why I'm including it with this. It's not going to be on your shelf as a thriller, but people that take those elements, and she's a really good writer, really good writer. Um, it's almost like that's what you're reading.
ooh. I love that. So first of all, thank you for bringing a non-thriller to our radar with the elements of that
Yes.
we love about them. And I love what you said earlier that no matter what genre you're reading, looking to the pacing and keeping people engaged and keeping
And
it
the
going.
thrill and the mystery, which is what you're called. I mean, you want to read any book that's got a mystery to it. You don't want to know what's going to go on. You want a thrill of some sort.
Yes. And these are such important issues. And I think for me, and Leslie, I think this is something you and I really share, is that when you read a book that is fun and fabulous and lighthearted, yes, that's nice to escape a little bit. But when you read a book that keeps you engaged, but also is addressing meatier issues, deeper issues, more meaningful issues, like what you said, incarceration and access, privilege, wealth, all of these
Mhm.
things, that I walk away feeling more fed, sort of more,
And that's
yeah.
the power of really good writing, that it can give you an entertaining story and then slip in other things to think about.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes, exactly. And I that for me is a richer writing experience. Oh, question about the last book, the US. Who the one that made you gasp the loudest in 2025,
Yes.
Finding Grace. That was
Loretta Rothschild.
Loretta Rothschild. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you for listening so closely, Renee. And I'm going to drop the buy link for that as well because I want to gasp as well.
Yeah, it's great. The one book that I have read so far is May Cobb's All the Little Houses.
Yay!
Now, it's going to be very much like her The Hunting Wives, which is, I believe, on Netflix.
Yes.
It's and she leaves you with a cliffhanger. It's really, really good and it's really fun. Set back in East Texas with a bunch of catty women and a lot of twists. You don't know who's done what.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for that one. I love makeup. She's such a lovely, lovely human being. And
Yes, she
I
is.
think I have not read this one yet. So I am so excited to read this one and to see May just rise and thrive because
Yeah.
it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. So everybody, she's an East Texas gal herself and living in Austin now with her son and her husband. And if you enjoyed The Hunting Wives or A Likeable Woman,
Yeah.
here is the link to pre-order her latest, All the Little Houses. So great to know that you already read it and loved it, Leslie. Thank you. Yay, we have some makeup fans in the house.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll zip through it. It's really good. It's really fun.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So who do you have for us next?
I have, and I haven't read it. John Mars has a new one out called Dead in the Water. Now,
Ooh,
John is a multi-million dollar copy selling bestseller. This one is a psychological thriller about a man named Damon who, after a near drowning, this is interesting, is haunted by a memory of a dead boy he doesn't recognize,
ooh.
leading him to repeatedly trying to die to unlock the truth.
Oh my goodness. So I have a confession to make. I have never read John Mars, and I know so many people love him, and I need to get on board
Yeah.
because I know that people really say that so okay, now that he's on Leslie Zemeckis' most anticipated list, now I have to do it, Leslie.
Yeah,
Dead
I
in
mean, I love that premise.
Yeah.
That's very original. And so I'll be interested to see how he does this.
Yes, I know. I know, Robin. I've never read him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go iron my hand in self-punishment like Dobby.
There's only so many books you can get to. I know it's hard. It's hard. It's so hard.
But people I know really love him. And now that it's got because Leslie, you have, again, I really respect your eye for books because you really care deeply about craft and you think deeply about craft. And that is how you and I first started to really connect was how does a book work and why does a book work and nerding out about craft. So if it's Leslie Z approved, I'm getting in there. I know. I'm sorry I haven't read him, you guys. I will get on. I will get my butt in gear.
She's not a slacker, folks. Sarah's a busy woman reading lots of books.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Leslie, I know we're almost out of time, but I know you have some more
I
recommendations.
just want to do a couple quick shout outs. I don't know much about him, but Tanya French has a new one coming out. Stephen King's already blurbed it. It's called The Keeper. And then
Wait,
now this one's a new one for me, Midnight Taxi by Yosha Gunasekara, which I'm sure I'm slaughtering, but listen to this. When the
ooh,
last fare of the night turns up dead in her back seat, a Sri Lankan American taxi driver works off the clock to clear her name in this mystery novel that's a debut. I'm really excited about this new voice. Love the idea. Like, what if you were driving a taxi and your fare is dead in the back or whatever it is?
oh my God, what would I do? Would I pull over and put it?
Will you rifle through the pockets? I mean, I don't know.
Well, what would you do, Leslie Zemeckis?
Well, I think it's going to be depending upon the character. My character's like circumstances of where she came from that's thus threw her into this situation.
Oh my God. Well, that is such an incredibly, I mean, that talk about a unique hook.
Yeah.
And yes, Robin, exactly. Yes, we love discovering fresh voices, and this is a brand new. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, a great debut author. Thank you, Robin. The Midnight Taxi, Yosha
Yes.
Gunasekara. I cannot wait to read that. Thank you so much. Leslie, I do want to get to a question that was submitted in advance from Amanda. She wants to know, given your incredible career as an actor and having to read scripts, does that influence how you read books? And particularly if you're picky about how authors write dialogue? Great question.
Yes, it is a great question. I think it influences me because, scripts, you have to be sort of very, as much as there's dialogue, you have to be visual. And so I want to be able to see the story in a book. Maybe not too much, sometimes with too much description. But I want it to be visual and I want the dialogue to have purpose. In a script, it's not a lot of blah 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 blah. It's got to have meaning to move that story forward, that chapter forward. And so I look at I think from a directing eye, an acting eye, and a writing eye in everything that I read, is it covering the story from all kind of elements and views and are
Ooh.
we moving that story forward with not just meaningless dialogue or meaningless scene or meaningless description? Like, is it serving the story?
Ooh. So, as that's so interesting about the visual. So, follow up question from me: are you a very visual reader? Like, as you're
Yes.
reading the book, are you picturing that scene?
Yes. Which I think sometimes as a writer can be like and I notice it with my mentees, it's in your head, but you got to make sure it's on the page what you're writing. It's like, oh, well, I know what the room looks like and what it smells like and this. It's like, but you've got to convey that. So, it's a double-edged sword, but yes. Because
Ooh.
I always think, God, could this be a film? And then of course I give it to my husband. It's like, make this, put me in it. No, I'm kidding. Um,
Oh my God, amazing. Well, we are out of time. Time flies when you're having this much fun. You guys, Leslie is so fabulous. Go follow her. Yes, exactly. I'm a very visual reader as well. Go follow her on Instagram. She is funny. She is fabulous. She's so insightful and smart. You are going to want to go follow her and keep in touch with all of her book reviews. She posts them every month as
new one coming out Thursday.
Yay! New one coming out on Thursday. So are we gonna see some of these, Leslie, or that you?
I think one, only because of the timing of it, and I haven't. I don't post if I haven't read it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I cannot. Well, and we'll see you guys. You got the thanks for all the hearts, you guys, all the hearts up on Facebook. See, we're getting the inside scoop before Leslie's devoted readers on over at the Montecito Journal, but you will want to be following her on Instagram. So here is her link, whether you're watching with us on Facebook or YouTube. Go over, follow, keep in touch, and I will see you next Monday. Our year is off to a killer start. Thank you to the incredible best-selling author, award-winning documentary filmmaker, book critic, and actor Leslie Zemeckis. Leslie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay, and thank you all for watching us. Thank you, Robinson. Thank you for being here today. Renee, thank you, Leslie, for all your recommendations.
Thank
you, Sarah. And thank you to all my lurkers. I see you. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Inez, welcome. Thank you, Jane G. Thank you, John, joining us. Oh, I see you too, John G, John H. Oh my gosh, I can't make it to everybody, but thank you so much for being with us. I see you, I hear you, I value you, and I will see you all next week.